so good you never...
Join head football coach Bob Stoops and Dean Blevins for 60 action-packed minutes of thrilling highlights and an in-depth look at last week's game, plus a preview of the Sooners' upcoming game. All this and more on Sooner Football 2001.
Welcome to the show. Oklahoma goes to 10-1. Bob, a convincing win yesterday down in Lubbock, 30-13. Your thoughts?
It was a good win, Dean. Really, the players came together all week, understood what was necessary to go down there and win, and excited the way they did that. The first half in a tight game, 13-10 at halftime, and came out in the second half and really took control of the football game. Really controlled it, if you look at it, the entire day. We led the entire game. But the second half, we really played strong. Defense was outstanding the entire day. I think we held them to 8 or 9 first downs for the entire game. Three first downs in the second half is all we allowed. So, and came up with quite a few turnovers. Special teams had some good returns. Cover units on them were good. And offensively, we really got clicking. Well over 200 yards in the second half. And I liked how we competed through 4 quarters and finished the football game.
Defensively, some outstanding performances in big ball games. And I know you've said that this team might even be better defensively, been playing better than even last year's, and last year's was tremendous.
Oh, there's no question. I've been quoted several times through the years saying not might be. We are playing better by a long shot than we did a year ago at this time, and more consistently, and you know, in the way we played in the last 5-6 weeks. We've really got some consistency and really playing in a strong way, creating turnovers, limiting people on, from getting first downs and getting the ball back quickly. I believe we held the ball 40 of the 60 minutes in this football game. And I told the players at halftime, and really after the football game, I said, this is what's fun about these kind of games is you have to fight through some adversity. Things don't always go your way in a football game, but keep competing for 4 quarters. These games aren't played in 1 or 2 quarters. You know, the game's played through 4. Let's fight through. And when you do, when you fight through some adversity and succeed, it's even more rewarding.
Bob, we'll have a chance to talk about some of the performers. Roy Williams, what a fabulous performance. Rocky Kalmus, the coaches, Nate Hibble, what a terrific game he had.
And I think Roy Williams right now is playing better than any college football player in America. Not right now. Really has the entire Big 12 season, making big play after big play, and did so again in this game.
When we come back, we'll take a look at first quarter highlights. We'll talk about some of those items as well. Sooner Football 2001 continues after this.
Sooner Football 2001.
Welcome back to the program, Bob. A nice day down in Lubbock. It looked like it may be wet, and the field was a little bit wet, although it didn't rain during the game. Was it slick?
The field was wet and damp, but no, with the proper shoes, we each had grippers on, you know, the turf shoes for wet weather, and it was fine. But, you know, overall, the day was perfect, really sunny. Sun came out, and it was, you know, very little wind, so it was really a good day to play.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights. And before the ball game, there were lots of things going on. And it was almost a sellout against the second largest crowd in Texas Tech history. That's Roy Williams.
Tech's famous for their hecklers before the game. They've got some great hecklers that hang around by your locker room where you come out. And, they do a great job.
They do a great job of what they do.
All the coaches, we get a kick out of them before the game. They had some interesting comments for you always.
All right, well, in this game, Oklahoma wins the toss. Sooners defer. OU will kick and defend the south end zone. And this one will go, and it will be returned. McCann likes to return balls deep.
He's going to bring balls out. It doesn't matter. He's done this all year. But we really covered well. Held him inside the 20 on every, in fact, inside the 15 on every return the entire game. They hit a quick pass there. We got a blitz on, and he finds the open receiver and really does a nice job completing it. Jimmy Wilkerson bats that ball down and just about caught it. He really had control of it for a split second, but dropped it. Here they tried this basic run play up inside. Roy Williams again with the tackle. Coming with the blitz here, and Roy Williams bats that ball right to Corey Klein. Good job by Corey, but a great play by Roy Williams once again. Great job deflecting the ball, and just watch him. He tries to control that ball, and sure enough, bats it inside to one of our defensive linemen, Corey Klein. Big play, great field position.
First career interception by Corey Klein. We'll see if he gets another.
Great for those D linemen to get interceptions. Corey's been playing well all year. We had an out route on there, and it's a little bit slippery, and we slipped on the play. Here really can't find anybody open. They're doing a nice job covering and defending and force us into a field goal.
Tim Duncan on, 42-yarder. Kicking game except a block later. Pretty good, huh?
Tim was excellent the entire day. Really perfect on the day. All his kicks, extra points, field goals. He drives this kickoff right through the uprights, so really had a good day.
All right, Texas Tech there, 1st and 10 from the 20.
Just a draw play up inside, and we're there, but Ricky Williams does a nice job running with the ball and gets some good yards for him. Great tackle there by Roy Williams out in the flat. -, yards on that pass. Watch it again. Just how good Roy Williams is out in space tackling. Comes up on a very good running back and really just takes him down immediately for lost yardage.
Ever had a player with better instincts?
No, nor tackled as well, nor made as many plays. And there he is again. Here they get outside of us, and Brandon Everidge and Roy Williams are making the play. They do a good job getting outside our defense there. There's Roy Williams. Doesn't get as much that time, just 1 or 2 yards.
2nd and 12.
Here's another under route that gets a couple of yards. That's Antonio Perkins and Teddy Lehman with the tackle. And here's a screen. That Matt McCoy and a host of other players, Teddy Lehman, get out there to defend on 3rd down and force another punt.
Sooners from the 14-yard line, complete to Josh Norman.
Josh Norman, one of his 11 catches on the day. Josh had a big day and tied the receiving record of 11 catches set by Trent Smith earlier in the year.
And he'll be with us on the program here a little later.
Here's a boot pass. Again, there's 3 passes right in a row to Josh Norman.
That was on 3rd and 1, Bob.
Picked up a 1st down. Trent Smith with a nice screen play, good blocking downfield, and good pickup. Another screen, we go back to back, and Mark Clayton drops this one. He's looking downfield before he caught the football.
2nd and 10, fumble.
We have a bad snap there, and Nate just does what he can to get a yard or so.
3rd and 9, and the ball will go toward Antoine Savage.
He had good coverage downfield. Nate really had nowhere to go with the football and just has to throw it away. Here we have one breakdown. They come through on our wing and block the punt, and just a poor play on our part, letting the person coming to block the punt up and underneath us instead of forcing him around the corner. And it's just one guy broke down, and we corrected the rest of the day, but that can't happen. That's going to set up a field goal. We're actually going to get him to go backwards here. They gain about 1 or 2 yards. Roy Williams again with the play. Watch this. We really thought this might have been a fumble. I found it interesting. Mike Leach complained a lot about the officiating. I had a lot to complain about. He runs 2 steps with that ball, and Roy Williams knocks him over and causes a fumble, but they called it incomplete. So we certainly had a lot to complain about if we wanted to. Good play right there.
3rd and 8. It's 1st and 10 from the 14.
Another either catch or fumble, but they rule it incomplete once again.
After a couple of penalties, 2nd and 20.
Here we come with another blitz. Hits him right as he's throwing the football, and Roy Williams knocks him out of bounds for no gain or 1 yard. Again out of the secondary, Matt McCoy again with the tackle here that could have been ruled a fumble. Runs another step or 2 with the ball, and
3 injuries there in the secondary. McCoy's come on to play well.
Matt's played well. He has, and he's been solid really the entire year, and he's been doing a good job with our dime package.
Robert Treese, 42-yard field goal, is tied at 3. Skipping 2 series and moving on down, 1st and 10 from the 28.
Nate avoids the pressure, does a good job running with the football, picks up some good yards. I don't know, about 4 or 5 yards.
Got him 6, 2nd and 4.
Run a trap inside. It's not blocked very well, and they do a good job defending and really stuff us on that occasion.
3rd and 4.
Good 3rd down pickup here. Finds Trent Smith out in the flat wide open and picks up about 15 and 16 yards.
3rd down conversions were outstanding.
We're really strong, which was good. You like to see that. We're around 50%, I believe, for the day.
Yeah.
I think we had 23 or 4 first downs on the day, which was good. Another curl pattern hit there to Mark Clayton. You watch it again, good protection. See Vince Carter and Frank Romero, Howard Duncan inside protecting, and that's Antoine Savage with that catch, who's also going to be on the show later on.
All right, Sooners tied at 3 as the first quarter is over in Lubbock. Stay with us. Second quarter highlights coming up next on Sooner Football 2001. Welcome back. We talked a little bit earlier about Roy Williams. He made a lot of plays in the first quarter.
Sure, he makes them the entire game. You watch, he bats one ball down, tips it to Corey Klein. Later on in the game, he's going to tip one to himself that Brandon Shelby, one of our young guys, comes in and takes away from him. But Roy dominates the game. He's a guy that can take over a football game on defense because we use him so many ways. Great cover guy, and then he's a great blitzer when we blitz him, of avoiding people and getting pressure to quarterbacks. He tips balls even when he doesn't get to the quarterback. Just does it all. He's an exceptional tackler out in space. So he really is a factor all over the field and just a dominating force and a big part of where we're at.
All right, let's go back to second quarter highlights down in Lubbock. Sooners and Red Raiders, and there's the old mascot as we pick it up.
Is that the Red Raider right there?
That's the Red Raider.
Okay. I've never seen him before.
All right, pick it up 3rd and 3.
Good. Again, nice 3rd down pickup. They blitz. We pick it up. Mark Clayton gets open, and Nate delivers a good pass. Another blitz that's open. We need to cover or protect a little better, and Nate's forced to throw a poor ball. Nice pickup here by Ronaldo Works, I believe, on 3rd down again.
It was 3rd and 3.
Good protection. Here they come with the blitz. Nate sees the blitz and sees Ronaldo out in the flat. Ronaldo does a nice job of making one guy miss him and picking up the 1st down.
Tech penalty, 1st and 5.
And they stuff us up inside running the football. Here we come with an option that, again, they defend well and get penetration inside to tackle us.
3rd and 7.
We got them open in here, and I guess that's a different play. Really wasn't very open. They cover it well. And Nate forced to throw the ball out of the end zone. At least we get a field goal out of it and go up 6-3.
Tim Duncan good from 25. Oklahoma ahead by 3, as Bob mentioned. 13 plays, 64 yards in 6:41.
Here we changed up our kickoff. We were going into the wind, and we wanted to hit a high sky kick. And really, it works out great. They really get no return out of it, and they're pinned on about the 22-23. So really good kick by Tim and good coverage.
Did that several times, Bob, all day. What was the thinking?
Into the wind, we couldn't get the ball deep enough. We wanted to hang it, give our coverage time to close the ball.
Weren't trying to kick away from someone necessarily.
Well, not in that situation. Just into the wind we felt was the best thing to do. Again, good pressure there. Teddy Lehman forces a poor throw that we almost intercept and force another punt. Good pressure, great defense. Again, they really get nothing out of that. Punting from the same place they took the ball over at the 22. Good kick, good return here by Curtis Fagan. Makes a couple players miss him and gets up inside for about 20 yards on the return. You watch it again. Great block there by Derek Strait. Other good blocks downfield. Josh Norman with a good block. And, picks up close to 20 yards. It's a good return. Great field position.
Yeah.
Another good pass out in the flat to Quentin Griffin that picks up 5 yards, which is a good play. Here we're trying to fake the reverse and go downfield with the football, and they've got too much pressure. We don't block it well enough, and they sack us.
3rd and 17.
Nice pickup here to Mark Clayton. Here we go with the quick handoff to Josh Norman. Good job around the corner, gets a few yards. Well defended right there. We're trying to hit a quick screen to Josh Norman. They come off out of the secondary, make a good play.
Bob, this is 3rd and 8.
Another good pickup on 3rd down. Trent Smith gets open inside. Nate finds him and delivers the ball. Good run here by Quentin Griffin. Good strong run. Picks up about 9 yards. 2nd and 1, and there's Quentin again up inside for 5 or 6. So running game helping us right here, making some good plays.
1st and goal from the 9.
Looking downfield. Nice job, buying time. Nice protection. Find Chris Toney wide open in the end zone. Nice job by Nate buying himself some time to find him. You watch it right here. Good pass protection. You see Nate going through all his reads, looking downfield. They do a good job covering all our receivers. And we find our fullback out in the back, out in the flat, deep in the flat, Chris Toney. Good touchdown for Chris. Good to see him get one.
Looked like Nate Hibble did a good job of reading coverages and
he did
progression all day long.
Did a nice job, and that's a good play right there. Again, we go with the sky kick. Again, force him to go sideways, and I believe he ends up only with about 3 or 4 yards on the return. There's Antoine Savage, one of our starting receivers, making the tackle. Here's the double pass that got 2 players. That ball goes up in between Brandon Everidge, Rocky Kalmus, and Brandon just waited on a little too long. They make a diving catch, and good play on their part. Ricky Williams makes a good play here on the screen, and Antonio Perkins with the tackle. Good play by Tech, and here we've got him covered downfield, and he just checks it down, and we've got 3 guys that end up just missing it. We got a bunch of guys that were anticipating someone else making the play. We try and tip the ball out instead of tackling them. That's unusual for us, but we give up a touchdown there. Good execution on their part. Like to think we could have played that better.
Game goes 13-10. Sooners on top.
Here we try a similar screen that they had run, and they defended a lot better than we did. So. Here we are, I believe, on 3rd down.
3rd and 10, yeah.
Trying to get something downfield again. Covered well. Eventually they get pressure to us and force a punt. Good punt here by Jeff. They rough our punter on that play, and then they also had blocking in the back. But the roughing the punter gave us an automatic 1st down. They had 2 guys that just barreled right into him, so I don't believe Mike complained about that one a whole lot.
Griffin on the completion, 2nd and 6.
Again, good coverage, but Nate pulls the ball down and gets something out of it, gets a few yards. We come 3rd and short again with the option, and Nate goes up inside and picks up the 1st down. Good play.
Well, that looks like a familiar play around here.
That's a play you used to run, Dean.
Man, not that good, though.
You just had 3 backs in the backfield instead of 2. Here we go with the screen play, screen pass, and again, they just defended too well. They beat us. They beat all our blocks and close in on us. Here they get good pressure on us on 3rd down, and Nate really, rather than make a poor play, has to eat the ball and force another punt, give the ball to our defense now.
52 yards. Defense holds them into the 1st half. It is Oklahoma 13-10. When we come back, we'll visit with some of the Oklahoma wide receivers. Stay with us. Sooner Football 2001 continues after these commercial breaks. Welcome back to the program, a fun segment here when the players come on to join us. Antoine Savage, a wide receiver, a junior out of Albany, Georgia, joins us. Good to see you, Antoine. Also, Josh Norman, a running back. You're not a running back, wide receiver, catching a bunch of balls. He's a senior out of Midland, Bob. Good players.
Great players. Both these guys, Antoine and Josh, have made a ton of plays for us over the last several years. I think Josh has 52 catches on the year. Antoine has 33. And Josh has tied a single-game receiving record that Trent Smith set earlier in the year with 11 catches in 1 game. But 2 guys that have made a lot of big plays for us over the years, helping us continue to compete for the Big 12, South and Big 12 championship. And excited to have them on the show with us.
Josh, you've been here through the rough times, and now you've been on the, at the very top. How's that been for you?
It's been a great learning experience, not only on the football field, as a player, but also in life. You know, like Coach stresses to us all the time, it's not going to be perfect all the time. You're going to have up times, you're going to have down times, and it's the people who really step up and fight through those times who end up being on top.
You know, Antoine, we've seen you come open on a lot of big plays through the years, and this year as well. And people reflect back to maybe the Kansas State game. And if you could talk to the audience a little bit about what you're thinking if someone comes up and plays you man-to-man and say they're shading you on the outside or shading you on the inside, what goes through your head and the thought process in trying to get open and beat people?
Well, the first thing I think about is just which way I could beat them. And if I get in either way, I'm just going to get open. Coach always says that the best when you beat them the first time is get over the top, or either when you run your corner routes to beat them inside, or just some way to get open the quickest way you can, because you know they're going to always come at you quick.
Now, when you do, say you release inside, you've got the guy beat, you're pushing upfield, what's the next part of getting open that sometimes people don't when a guy's trying to crowd you of working yourself open?
You got to work your hands and try to get them off, bump them, but not drawing a penalty to yourself. You just got to try to work yourself the best way you can.
Try and throw an elbow and separate from them a little bit?
Yeah.
Now, when you go one-on-one every day, you know, we go against the DBs every day, and you guys always have good battles. Who's the toughest guy you got to go against every day when you see him out there?
I have to say it'd be Derek Strait. He's just a good defender. He's always on top of his toes. He's hard to get by. If you don't beat him on his first step, he's going to be on you.
How about you, Josh? You know, Josh plays the inside receiver position for us. Antoine is on the outside as a receiver. You see different guys inside. Who do you have the toughest time going against?
It's definitely Roy Williams. Definitely. He plays with such good leverage, and he's a big, strong guy. If he gets his hands on you, you might as well just go ahead and tell Nate to throw the ball away.
How good is Roy Williams? You see him every day.
Best defensive player I've ever seen. Obviously, best I've ever played against. And I feel it's an honor to be on the same team as a guy, because you know that he's made great plays for this team, and he'll go down as one of the best players to ever come through the University of Oklahoma.
We have some great competition every day, and sometimes the guys get to jawing back and forth in one-on-one drills. I've even had occasion where I'll take over the DBs while my brother Mike is working on the inside drill with the other coaches, and I don't know, a few times I think maybe the DBs we were counting up on. I bet the receivers that they wouldn't go 50% for the day, and I think that day we won. The DBs won. Is that not right? Or
yeah, y'all did win that day, but we got y'all the next day.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we've got to run. Hey, we appreciate you coming on. Great year so far, and good luck on down the road.
Thank you.
Josh Norman, and we've got Antoine Savage. Great guests out here, great players. We'll be back in a moment. The Sooner Football 2001 returns after this. Well, a couple of fun guys there, and Antoine Savage, our guest, starts the second half off in pretty good fashion.
We have a big return. Again, creates field position, gives us the football right around midfield, and we feel good at halftime. We're in good shape. We feel we can play better, but we're still got the lead, 13-10. We know we're going to continue to play great defense, and the offense is going to come around. We feel positive about that, and so we're just anxious to go out and compete some more.
And the Sooners, really, we hadn't talked about the pressure, but this is a game that you have to win to continue on with your hopes to play in the Big 12 championship game and the national championship game.
Sure, and that's brought up at halftime, that we understand the position we're in, but we also understand that what we're capable of. Let's go out and play to our potential. Let's go out and compete through 4 quarters and see what happens, and really be positive. Expect good things to happen, but also go out and make them happen.
All right, let's go to third quarter highlights down in Lubbock. And Texas Tech will kick off to the Sooners.
And we're going to have some good blocking. A nice seam up inside. Antoine Savage, who you saw earlier in making a tackle on our kickoff, is going to return this on a kickoff return. He's going to bring it all the way out to, I guess, past the 50, all the way down to the 40-yard line going in. So it gives us positive field position to start the second half.
56-yard return, Bob.
Good blocking. It gets clogged up, I guess, at the initial point that we're trying to hit. They over-pursue it. And Antoine does a great job turning the corner and getting it upfield. And again, great place to start the second half.
So it is 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Here we're going to try and hit a curl route right there to Mark Clayton. Good catch, good yards.
16 yards.
See it again there. Nice catch by Mark. Really a nice ball from Nate. Good, strong throw.
What type of adjustments? Is that something you came back to? Because
Sure,
that wasn't
our
a ball
coaches,
thrown.
our offensive coaches get together and really confer. Good running after the catch there by Josh Norman on what's working, what do we need to go to, what's there. And they did a nice job making some adjustments in the second half. Here they get a pass interference that the defender's holding his waist while he tries to break the ball up. There's one of the few drops you'll see from Antoine. That ball he had an opportunity to catch for a touchdown, and we dropped it. And here we go on second down. Poor play. Again, they just defend well. And here we try and get a fade to Trent Smith, and Nate just doesn't get the ball high enough. You know, Trent's a big guy, about 6'5", but we need to get the ball up higher to give him a chance to at least fight for it. Here their quarterback wasn't ready for the snap, and Rocky Kalmus goes in and gets a sack.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
Here they're trying to dump the ball as they did earlier in the game to Ricky Williams underneath. Defended well. Good pressure here by Teddy Lehman. They throw another screen pass. And Corey Heineke, we're looking for him now. Here you see him try and slip out and run another screen. And there's Corey Heineke on third down making a big stop.
45-yard punt coming right here. Curtis Fagan again, a nice return of 13 yards.
We already had one for 20, around 20 or so, and here he gets it upfield for 13. Just slipped a little bit, but still it's a good job by Curtis of securing the football, possessing it, and getting it upfield for what he can. Another good curl route there to Mark Clayton.
That was for 11.
Good throw by Nate. Here's a good run by Nate. This was a designed run. And another good pickup, picks up 9 yards. Here he gets the first down on 2nd and 1. First down. Again, a good pass up inside, a slant route to Josh Norman for 6 yards. Again, a designed run, good block by Quentin Griffin, and a good, strong run by Nate, gets the ball inside the 10. You watch it again, we're blocking. This is, again, a designed draw. Quentin goes out and leads for him. Nate, again, good job getting the ball upfield. Good blocking by the O-line.
1st and goal.
The O-line really came out and in the second half really performed in a good way. Good protection. And there's a good touchdown there to Antoine Savage. Good job by Nate finding him inside open, and Antoine getting it inside, getting it in for the touchdown. Good protection. Good hole in there. Good job getting it in for a tee.
Tim Duncan good with a point after. 20-10 Sooners. 8 plays, 47 yards.
That's 2 good drives, you know, back, or a good way to start the, you know, the second half there and move the ball in and get another touchdown. Defense.
Teddy Lehman on that stop, Bob, it seems like he is getting more active every week.
Teddy continues to, you know, he's a young guy, just a true sophomore, but continues to do well. Has played well all year, but continues to make more plays.
3rd down and 6.
Guess who again deflects the ball? There's Roy Williams again with another deflection on 3rd down and forces another punt. Here we try again a screen that their defense is like ours. They see so many screens when they go against each other so much that they're so familiar with them, they defend them well.
Good play here, Bob. 3rd and 10.
Big play. Great pickup there. Nice throw by Nate to Curtis Fagan on a corner route. You watch this. Again, this is a difficult throw. Good protection. Watch Nate drop the ball right. Perfect throw right on the boundary for a good first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We had a good hole right here. This is zone play inside, and Ronaldo just with that AstroTurf just got caught up and tripped. It's Curtis Fagan with another catch.
Penalty, Oklahoma holding.
They come with another blitz. We dumped the ball inside to Josh Norman. A short gain and not enough for a first down.
Jeff Ferguson on 43-yard punt, and Wes Welker with a 1-yard return out of Heritage Hall. Texas Tech has it at the 32-yard line.
Good punt by Jeff. Good coverage. Here they come with the screen. And we miss a tackle at the very point of the tackle. There's Matt McCoy with a good tackle, and they pick up about 8 yards. Here we've got really good pressure. Jimmy Wilkerson forces them to throw the football away. Good pressure by Jimmy. Here they run a nice trap inside, and they pick up the first down on 3rd down. Good play on their part. Here we lose contain and allow him to get out of the pocket. But there's Antonio Perkins, who, again, continues to play well. And it's a great interception, good position on the football. There's our pressure, forces them to run from the pocket. Tries to throw the ball downfield, and really good coverage. Good play by Antonio.
So, Bob, no more scoring. And Oklahoma goes into the fourth quarter leading 20-10.
It's now time to recognize the Sooner player who played with the most heart and determination in this week's game. Here's this week's Integris Oklahoma Heart Center player with heart.
Kingsbury is a junior, has one more year. Back to pass again. Kingsbury, big chase, he's sacked. Roy Williams has him inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, Roy Williams' show continues. Bob, it's 20-10 after a very good third quarter, but you still have to play.
Feel good, though. We're in control, up 20-10. Defense continues to play very well. I think we hold them to 3 first downs the entire second half. So we feel like you're in total control defensively. And offensively, we were getting, we had a couple of good drives. So feel good going into the fourth quarter that'll continue.
All right, Oklahoma with the football starting the fourth. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Here goes, again, a screen pass that we just don't, we need to block better on the perimeter and lose yards on that screen pass. Here's a shovel, quick shovel pass inside to Quentin Griffin for a first down. Good running by Quentin and good play. Watch it here. Good job by the O-line. Good job by Nate being able to get the football to Quentin in such a tight spot. And a great job of running. You see Quentin outrun a couple of guys and make a big play.
Well, that timing has to be perfect on that play.
It does, and you're going to see it later on here. We're going to end up getting it stuffed because he can't get out. He gets caught inside and trapped in there, and Nate has nowhere to go with the football. Here it is right now. This isn't it, but it's coming up. And there's, again, a good play by Josh Norman getting open inside. And good job by Nate completing it. Here comes the option. Good job up inside, again, on 3rd and short. Good pickup for a first down. Options helped us pick up a lot of first downs on 3rd down, the short yardage situation.
2nd and 9 at midfield.
Good defense. They've got us covered. They do a good job in that.
Another conversion here on 3rd and 9.
Another big play on 3rd and 9, as you said. Trent Smith with a good catch, good strong running after the catch, and a good throw there by Nate.
Trent Smith becoming better and better, and probably wouldn't trade him for anyone, would you?
There's the play where we're trying to get the ball to Quentin, and he gets stuck in there, and Nate just has to eat the ball. It's a tough position to be in as a quarterback when you can't get it to him, and our linemen are downfield, so he can't throw it downfield. Again, great pressure by the defense, have him on the run, nowhere to go with it, and gets nothing out of that. Brandon Everidge out of the secondary with a good hit.
So it's 2nd and 10 there at the 20.
Another great pressure again, forces an incomplete pass. Again, we've got pressure, and someone works open in there. Good play. He worked open away from our linebacker, and they pick up the first down. Here we come again on the attack. Good tackle there by Derek Strait.
2nd and 2.
Again, we've got a blitz on. They're trying to give the ball to Ricky Williams, and the blitz gets in front of them and forces a fumble. A big play by the defense to give us field position here. Watch it. Teddy Lehman gets the pressure. They're trying to give it to Ricky Williams. Tommy Harris hits him in the backfield, and Teddy Lehman, and really destroys the play.
So the Sooners get it 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Texas Tech 48, rather.
Just a draw play, a trap play inside there. Ronaldo works for Quentin.
Big play coming.
Nice pass here by Nate over the top of everybody, and Mark Clayton beats man coverage, and we pick up the blitz and execute like we'd like you think you can against the blitz and man coverage. You watch it right here. Good protection. Nate delivers a nice pass up over the top, drops it right over the shoulder of Mark Clayton. Good job by Mark getting open and catching the football. Great pass by Nate.
Point after good, 27-10. That was a short one. 2 plays, 38 yards, and 1:17. Watch this when Bob goes to McCann pretty deep again.
Again, and he's going to come out. And again, we're closing on it. Roy Williams again, and Josh Norman inside the 15. So good coverage, good to pin them back inside like that. Good pressure. And here they run a corner route, and our corner is just a little bit too short on his coverage, covering a guy in the flat, and just needed to sink a little further. Yeah, he executed, pick up a good game. There's Antonio Perkins, good coverage on a fade route. Here's a good sack there by Barry Holloman. Good pressure also by Tommy Harris inside. Watch it here. Tommy Harris beats two players, gets his hands on them, forces them up to Barry Holloman. Tommy creates that, and Barry finishes it. Good job by both of them. Good blitz here. Again, good pressure, and there's Barry Holloman. Just misses him, but forces a poor throw. I actually thought we intercepted that. Brandon Shelby with good coverage, but they said his foot was just out.
This field goal will be good. It's 27-13. And, Bob, all season we haven't talked much about the defensive line. It seems like they've gotten better as well.
They have. They're playing very well inside. Corey Klein, Tommy Harris, Barry Holloman, Dusty Dvorak, and then Corey Heineke and Jimmy Wilkerson are doing a great job at the end. There's a great run up inside. You know, we want to use the clock, run the football, and Quentin Griffin gets a good pickup. Good blocking by the O-line. Pick up the blitz, create a good hole. There's Quentin Griffin making a guy miss him in the hole, and really gets a good gain. Good job securing and holding on to the football when they're trying to rip it out.
And that is good for 30 yards.
Here we go again with another lead play up inside that picks up a few, and we just want to make sure that we're using the clock right here.
It'll bring up 3rd and 7 at the 13.
Try a boot pass that they play and almost get a touchdown right there. Mark Clayton just needs to come back to the football a little bit more on that play, but we're going to get a field goal again. Well executed. Tim Duncan with a good kick, good play.
And that bumps it up to 30-13. And Tech will have the football. We'll pick it up on 2nd and 10.
Another blitz here by Roy Williams. He gets through, beats his block, and makes another sack. A great play here by Roy. We got a good blitz on. Teddy Lehman with good pressure. And Roy Williams with a good sack. Fourth and 15. Again, we've got a blitz that they can't block. Teddy Lehman with the sack and Barry Holloman. Good play by the two of them. There's Mike and I visiting after the game. We all have a good relationship with Mike, wish him well, and it was a good game.
Was it a feeling of relief after, or what was the feeling from you and the team?
No, not relief. Just the feeling you get after all good wins. It's good to compete. It's good to be in those situations where, again, you overcome some difficulties or some adversity and succeed. That's why you play the game, and that's what's exciting about the game, and especially when you go on the road to play in other stadiums, you know. So our players understand that, and in the locker room we were excited because we were another step closer to winning the Big 12 South. But all the players understand that Oklahoma State coming up, we still have one more step to take before we clinch it.
Well, and Oklahoma continues to control its own destiny. When we come back, we're talking about Oklahoma State football as the Sooners take them on Saturday. Sooner Football 2001 after this. Welcome back. It is time for our OG&E Power play of the game.
There's a lob pass down the field. Clayton's open at the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Clayton got away from his man. No flag. And Hibble threw a perfect pass.
And that was our OG&E Power play of the game. Welcome back. And, Bob, it was a big victory, a great victory. But after the game, there was some talk about something that happened earlier today. Billy Vessels, one of the greatest players at Oklahoma ever, passed away.
Sure. Billy's a good friend to all Sooners. I found out really just before the football game that Billy had passed Saturday morning, and we have a lot of great thoughts and memories of Billy, and a very close friend to all of us Sooners. I love the opportunity to get to know Billy a little bit when he's been back and different occasions, being around him. I know my brother Mike spent the day after we won the national championship in Miami with Billy, and he's talked a lot about that day, how much he enjoyed being with Billy, was at his home watching the replay of the game, went over the entire game. Billy had a lot of questions, wanted to know more about the game, and then they went to their country club, had lunch, met a lot of his friends, and you know, Billy's just always a happy guy, always proud to be a Sooner, and you know, I know we'll all miss him, and our prayers and thoughts are all with his family.
Well, and that is, I second that, because every time he was back at Oklahoma, he had that same type of attitude, a real guy, a normal guy, very humble guy, but also someone that you see in that video. And Bob, looking at him and talking to some of his former players who played with him when he won the Heisman in '52, he is a guy that could have played in any age.
Sure, the big plays he makes, it's easy to see. And, you know, he's one of those guys that started all of this, the great tradition and history that we have that helps us today. 7 national championships, 37 conference championships. All of that really started back with Billy Vessels, you know, our first Heisman winner, and all the great winning. And that tradition really, you know, began with guys like Billy Vessels. So we're still indebted to him.
Oklahoma now hosting Oklahoma State on Saturday. A win puts the Sooners in the December 1 Big 12 championship game in Dallas. Cowboys.
We understand, you know, our situation. We've got to compete one more game in the Big 12 South this week. We're anxious to go compete with them. It'll be good being home. It'll be our senior day. I know our players will be excited because they understand this will put a finality to the regular season. This can seal the Big 12 South. That's a lot to play for, and an opportunity to compete in the Big 12 championship. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I know we'll be excited for it.
All right, Bob. Good luck in that game. Congratulations on the last, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Dean.
For Bob Stoops, I'm Dean Blevins. Thanks for watching Sooner Football 2001.
Sooner Football 2001. Brought to you by the Oklahoman Sports Section. We got game. Integris Oklahoma Heart Center. Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, where you'll find clean places and friendly faces. Ford and your Oklahoma Ford dealers. National American Insurance Company. Oklahomans working for Oklahomans. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Oklahoma Sooners. Phillips 66, proud sponsor of OU Athletics. Proof again that Phillips 66 is the performance company. OG&E, power at the speed of life. Bank First, helping Oklahoma grow, one community at a time. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When the moment comes, will you have what it takes to finish? Gatorade, is it in you?
There's a hunger, longing to escape from the life I live when I'm away. So let's go there, let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's touch and let's stay. Can you take me higher?
This has been a Sooner Vision presentation for the Sooner Sports Network in cooperation with Sooner Sports Properties.